The MCU is back in theaters with a fresh new character and a fun new story. Hello everyone, I'm Tyler Stans and this is What's Playing Tonight, where I talk about movies and TV shows. So I watched Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings. It is the 25th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, a number that actually kind of surprises me, but I guess it makes sense. There have been a lot of those movies. This is a new character that we've never seen before. Basically, we get his origin story for this movie. Something that the MCU hasn't done since Captain Marvel, I think. And even that was only 2 years ago. I have a bit of a history with the MCU. I've been quite the fan ever since they started with Iron Man back in 2008. I think so. And I've tried my best to see every single one of their movies in theaters up to a certain point. I made it all the way to Avengers Endgame. And then after that movie was over, while I really enjoyed watching it, after that movie was over, I have to admit that I was starting to feel a little bit of MCU fatigue. So I ended up skipping Spider-Man Far From Home as well as Black Widow. Although Black Widow, the pandemic and just the general lack of interest, unfortunately, I would have maybe been more excited to go watch Black Widow if they had done different things with that character in Endgame. But making it a prequel to a character, well, if you've seen Endgame, you know what I'm talking about. It kind of killed my excitement, and I hate that. I'll watch it eventually. I'm kind of waiting for it to be off the premiere access for Disney Plus, and then I'll probably get around to it. Maybe I'll even make a video about it. I'm sure it's good. I've heard nothing but good things about it. But back to Shang-Chi. This is a character that, honestly, I know nothing about, and I think maybe the general audience is probably going to be more familiar with the subtitle of the film, Legend of the Ten Rings. Ten Rings, you might remember, have been around in the MCU since the very beginning. They're the organization that kidnapped Tony Stark in the desert, which basically started the whole thing. So it's interesting to see like the real version of the Ten Rings as opposed to what we've seen previously. Basically, Shang-Chi is a martial artist. According to comics lore, I don't really read comics, but I did a little research for this video. According to comics lore, he is not only a skilled martial artist, he's one of the best fighters in the entire Marvel universe. And after watching this movie, I could believe that. He does some pretty insane things. I should warn you guys, no spoilers. So, you can watch this. If you haven't seen this movie yet, you can watch this guilt-free. I'm not going to spoil this movie. It's too new. If you guys are interested in seeing my spoiler-filled thoughts on it, let me know down in the comments below, and I can certainly make that happen. But Shang-Chi, he is a martial artist. He's very good at what he does. It makes for some good fight choreography in this movie. I think that's one of the things that this movie does really well, is the fights are they're just awesome, man. They're really good to see, good stunts, good choreography. I'm sure that if you're familiar with martial arts movies or Hong Kong movies in general, you're not going to see anything too mind-blowing here, but I think for the serviceable, it's serviceable for the general Marvel-going watching audience. I think the cast is great. I think Simu Liu does a great job as Shang-Chi. Man, I've been saying Shang-Chi my whole life, and it's just, some habits are hard to break. But I think he does a great job as Shang-Chi, and I'm looking forward to seeing him in the future. And I don't feel like that's much of a spoiler because we all know this is the Marvel Universe. He's the main character in a Marvel movie. We've been here before, folks. This is just how it goes. One of the surprises for me was Awkwafina's character, Katie. I'm not too familiar with Awkwafina. Apparently she's a rapper. I thought when I was watching the movie that she was a comedian because she's very funny. I really enjoyed her character. It brought a lot of lightheartedness to the movie. Not that Marvel usually skimps on the jokes or anything, but I really thought that she did a great job. I'm really going to butcher this name. Menger Zhang as Zhu Jiling, Shang-Chi's sister. She's great also. She's got some cool action scenes of her own. The dynamic between her and her brother gives the movie a lot of heart. I've noticed that I haven't talked about the big Mandarin in the room. Tony Leung as Zhu Wenwu, or just Wenwu, that's basically what he goes by in the movie, he portrays our villain, the wielder of the 10 rings, not just the organization, but some magical Marvel stuff, and he does a really good job. He does a really good job. I don't want to spoil too much. I don't want to talk too much about his character arc, but he does a really good job at not just being a maniacal supervillain, but he is someone with realistic personality and realistic hurts, motivations that guide him to do what he does. And I think he was one of the highlights of the movie. And then, as always, there are plenty of MCU cameos, and I don't want to necessarily spoil. They set it up for a couple. It seems like by the end of the movie, they've set up a couple of different things and directions they can go in. So I'm excited to see that. I am excited to see more of Shang-Chi. I think he's great. I like that we have a skilled martial artist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that isn't one of the ones that we've already seen and comes at it from a different approach. Yeah, that's all I had to say. As for the rating, I will go ahead and give Shang-Chi Legend of the Ten Rings 4 ties out of 5. If you go and see the movie, comment down below and let me know what you thought of the movie. Again, if you want me to do some kind of spoiler cast on it, I can do that. Just comment down below. If you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like me, consider subscribing. And I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. And maybe go see a movie or something. Maybe even go see Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings. I recommend it.